think he should have continued with the spoiler. In fact, this is always so connected. It's like a very short message, but it's so deep. In Joana de Angelis, the mentor spirit of Divaldo Franco, she is really a master in bringing like not just the psychological values, but she touches right in. So tonight, it's a different program. It's not a lecture because we try to make most of our time. We are, I think, year 4 or year 5 of our program, Meditation Spiritism. So the better half of our time here, we're going to actually meditate. Don't worry about if you never meditate or, there's not much preparedness about that. When we're talking about meditation, it's like you take a time out, you take time. We usually have a subject in which we like to explore, and we make our meditation to be surrounding that subject. So tonight we're going to talk about meaningful friendships. My partner, Cristiane, she comes all the way from Tampa, so I don't know, sometimes traffic conditions does not allow her to be here in the opening, but she will show up sometime. She is our main meditator. She's actually studied meditation. She's been to retreats. She's has more than a decade dedicated to meditation, to taking that special time, and she's actually she's in health therapy, physical therapy, and she's really touched a lot of lives. So it's very important. So if she, for some reason, she doesn't come, we'll do the whole program ourselves. So when Peter wrote here the message, and we're talking about that kind of friendship, and you probably heard, you know what? We probably should eliminate the toxic relationships from our lives, right? Because they just drag us down, and there's nothing meaningful about people who are, for some reason, they're connected to us. I'm not even talking about family because, you're stuck with your family. It's part of your blood. But, even in family, we have disagreements and we have breakups. And friendship, it's supposed to be, let's put it like this. Friendship is supposed to be like that nice sugar ingredient in a cake. A cake would not be a cake without sugar, right? Dilma is our our baker, official baker of the place here. So it's very important. But if we only see friendship and relationships and life in general in one-dimensional lane, if you just look at this perspective of this life, we might be missing the big picture, because friendship and any kind of relationship, it's very complex, and we have to look like, I like to use the pyramid because it's tridimensional, and what I mean by that is that we are with the people surrounding us through family ties, to very close relationships, or sometimes not so close, and then it happens, all of a sudden this person is in my life. Okay, it's because we are tied together in other lifetimes, in other experiences, and we were meant to journey together. Sometimes we've been terrible to each other, and we have harmed the heck out of each other in so many ways, like cat and mouse. In this lifetime, I'm the villain and you're the victim, and I'm going to go after you because you done so bad to me and I need revenge. And sometimes this situation is like, in the spiritual friend is here, you don't see them, but they're there, and you are disturbed. Sometimes you cannot even blame on the spirits. It's really our vibration. We attract that. So that's what the toxicality, I don't even know if that word is toxicity. Thanks for the physicians in the house as well, the biologists and audiologists. And this message here was geared toward us making sure that we are not affected by situations and people who can really bring us down. The only way for us to do that, it's number one, the problem is not externally, it's internal. If we have any issues with our own selves, if we don't know ourselves, if we don't love ourselves, if we delegate the self-love to others, we are always going to be victimized by this kind of situation, because it will be an external force, external person, external being in here or spiritually that is going to be attached to us. So I just doing this intro because I brought here from brought a quote: "Friendship is the golden thread that ties the heart of all the world." This is so true. And that's by this John Evelyn. I don't really know John. I believe he's a very smart person to come up with that. But it's kind of, it's a natural thing. We are not meant to be alone. We were not meant to even have just a few people in our lives. We are meant to really have relationships. And the more relationships we have, the more we learn. The more we give, sometimes we're not giving back in return. That's the ungrateful relationships. But as long as we're doing our part, we're okay. I brought here from 2 questions from the Spirit's book about this issue about friendship and living in solitude or not. This is in the part number 3 of the Spirit's book. If you never had contact with the Spirit's book, I know you guys here for the first time. Have you heard about the Spirit's book? Okay, great. So there is this part that's called the moral laws, and it goes in details about the moral laws and all. But it says, is social life founded in nature? Certainly. That's the answer of the enlightened spirits. God has made man for living in society. It is not without a purpose that God has given man the faculty of speech and the other faculties necessary to the life of relation. Okay, the key word here is relation, building up to, is absolute isolation contrary to the law of nature. So when we talk about law of nature, divine laws are the law of nature, right? Because again, we're so linear, right? We're talking about being tridimensional. We have to see life in a different perspective. We have to climb the mountain and look at things from on top of the mountain. And so we're looking into life and relationships more than just this existence, more than just this world. There is such a huge universe out there. So is absolute isolation contrary to the law of nature? Meaning, is it okay if I want to live my life just for myself? I'm not even talking about the guy that goes in the island and lives in the island and you have everything there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if people like to be a loner and if it's okay to be a loner. I don't do anything bad to anybody. I don't hurt anything. I just don't like people, period. Is that okay? I'm a good person. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. It's not okay. So it is, yes, because it is contrary to the law of nature. Isolation is contrary to the law of nature. Since man instinctively seeks society, not society, change the word society for relationships, okay? Because that's what society is, right? Society is a combination of many people, many families, many communities, and guess what? Imperfect people. So we cannot have a perfect society if we're imperfect. That's why we are where we are. And we're not doing so bad considering the size of our imperfections. So since man instinctively seeks society, and since all men are intended to help forward the work of progress by aiding one another. So that's very important. I just brought one more slide here that I think I'll let you take over from here, Chris, because I think it's tied to what you're going to talk about to us, and going to make most of the time. Okay, all right. So in the continuation, so this question 768, Kardec is this master, this educator, this philosopher, this man who's bringing common sense to us in the Spirit's book. And he's asking questions that you and I will have it, and we probably wouldn't be able to have the opportunity to get that clarified by the whole, a lot of intelligence much higher than we have available here. So the question is, does man in seeking society, so if it's not okay to be a loner. So if I am to go have relationships and meet people and, I have to get along with my family, okay, I have to contribute to society, I have to be a person that I have to be seen, I have to do things, and people have to do things to me. Only yield to a personal feeling, or is there in this feeling a wider providential end? Meaning, is this something I have to do just because of myself, or there is a bigger purpose behind this? Is this something? Is this like, sort of like, kind of being sneaky? It's like sort of like, is this an obligation? Because if I don't do it, I might have consequences of that. It's the providential law is like, is there a law, a bigger law that I probably will be in breach if I don't have this kind of relationships? And the answer is man must progress. He cannot, man and woman, okay? This is like 1860 when this was written, so don't think it's a macho thing here. Man must progress. He cannot do so alone, because as he does not possess all faculties, he needs the contact of other men. In isolation, he becomes brutified and etiolated. What's that, Al? Yeah, that's a different word, right? Again, 1860. My translation, that if you become brutified and etiolated, means that you're ostracizing. Like, brutified is like you brute, like you're very primitive. It's like we will still be in the caves, running away from the saber-tooth, the tigers and the lions and the dinosaurs. I mean, I'm a lot of metaphor here, guys. Please don't take me wrong. But we still be doing that if we're not meant to get together, have a plan, work together, and survive. I think humanity, not that I think, this is proven, right? Humanity would not be what humanity is. We would not survive if it wasn't for this collective effort in working together. Progress together. There is progress because we push one another, we help one another. Even though we also hurt one another, in the collective good, we do more good than we do bad, and we move forward. No man possesses the complete range of faculties. Through social union, men complete one another, and thus mutually secure their well-being and progress. It is because they need each other's help that they have been formed for living in society and not in isolation. So with that, guys, I set up the stage for Cristiane.
Hello, everybody. So nice to be here. And that was a good foundation for what I had thought. We had discussed this before we got together. And I just got a situation where I am growing. I need other people. I need the people on I-4. So I can grow into becoming a more patient person so I could be here. I left home at 5:15 thinking that I had extra time to be here. So deep breath. This is why if I lived in the middle of nowhere, I wouldn't have had this opportunity to grow as a person in being a little more patient, a little more tolerant, more indulgent, right? So this is a living proof that we do need other people in our lives for the good, for the bad, or for the ugly. Wherever we are to progress, we need that person or that group of people or ourselves. Sometimes we have to go inside and meet those little people that live inside us that the mirror tells us, ooh, not doing too good today. Let's spark it up a little bit. So the conversation of the night, because this has been Valentine's month, and we're still going to linger on that a few more days, we don't want to miss the opportunity to talk about that unique love. We all talk about the romantic love, which is wonderful most of the time, and sometimes not even most of the time, because it gets all these ups and downs, right? But that other love that is usually by choice, that is your friend, the person that sometimes you just meet that person, you say, it feels like we've been friends forever. And others, you just, with time, you get more connected and you become good friends. And some that you haven't seen in a long time, when you see again, you just pick up from where you were. So those are the people in your life that were chosen to be in your life. Because your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your cousin, that one cousin, you gotta be there because they are your family, and it is what it is, right? Those are also important, but we do have those that we choose from our heart, from our intuition, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. I'm not gonna go into this, but it would be worth while going to this research about the Harvard University did this study, a lifelong study about men, some men who were very highly intelligent in a very privileged part of society, and the other group who was in a low poverty kind of society, and they just followed them throughout life. Just long story short, the reasons why they succeeded or not succeeded wasn't so much their lifestyle in terms of wealth or poverty, was more so about connections. So if you have a chance to look about that study and go in, I'm butchering it right here, but it's beautiful to understand that we are better people when we have meaningful connections. It doesn't have to be connections with just loved ones in terms of your family members, your blood family. But when you find meaningful connections, you live longer and you live better. So like Valdo was saying, is it good to be a loner? No. Is it good to be alone from time to time to reflect and regroup and reset? Absolutely, yes. But for long term, we grow by being with others. The other people around you and around me will give us all opportunities to grow into better people by developing whatever it is that we need to develop. And we're going to talk today more about the friendship development that we get because we chose those people in our lives. We have this tendency to, so we hear this, oh, I grew out of that friendship. I've heard people say that. We were friends and then we start going different ways and we grew out of the friendship. The way I perceive it, it's not so much that we grew out of it. We helped each other and we stayed in each other's life more connectively when we were needing each other for growth, and then we grew sort of apart. But whatever you offer that person and that person offered you at that period of time is still part of who you are today. So even though you might not have that person in your life anymore, like, we don't even talk anymore, but at one point in your life, that person was super important. So even if you went your way separately in a not so good kind of way, just cherish the beauty of the time that you guys were actually together, because that was wonderful and you supported one another. And then there are those that are going to be for decades your friends. That I have a childhood friend that I reconnected with recently. It's just like, oh, and we're talking like we've been talking forever. And when you've been living for so many decades, it's just a little more impressive to see, wow, I've had this friend for my entire life. If you're 12 years old and you've had your friends for an entire life, it's a little different, but we want to remind ourselves of the importance of staying with connections with friends. Can it be your family friends? Yes. Can it be your neighbor? Yes. Can it be your work friends? Yes. But tonight we are going to explore that connection in a more truthful way, because we are who we are because of the people we connect with. And when we are in connection with others, we become a little bit of them and they become a little bit of us. Even your accent changes because you're hanging out with certain people. I have some friends who are from Northeast in Brazil. Sometimes I feel myself singing like they do. I'm like, I'm not even from that area. Why am I talking in a singing kind of way here? That's not my style. But because I am with them so much. And then when I am with my friends from Minas, I start going back to my roots and doing my thing, which is wonderful. It adds up, and it adds value to your life. Culturally, we have an issue sometimes because some of us grew up in another country. We came here as adults. Some of us grew up here and we can handle it a little better. But to merge two different cultures, two different upbringings can be challenging, but we still find ways to become great friends because at the end of the day, humans are humans. Even though we have different traditions, different cultural background, we feel the emotion. What hurts me will hurt you too. In a different way, the way to express is a little different, but we all in this together. We all, if you had a chance to be here Monday, Sabrina was talking exactly about this. We're all in this together and we are never alone. We also have our friends who are around us that we cannot really see them, but sometimes we can feel them. And how do we connect with these friends that are not physically here with us? How do we connect with them? Pray. Meditation. Energy.
Our environment, our surroundings.
Our surroundings. So if we are going to a place that is heavier environment and energy, like Carnival is coming, so it's kind of heavy. There's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of craziness in general. The vibe there, you can, if you enjoy Carnival and you want to dance, it's one thing, but you have to really prepare yourself because your vibe is going to be open to a lot of friends that are not in a good place. So if you want to go to Carnival, be sure to do some meditation to protect yourself before you go and be aware of the environment where you are. Because there are some great friends in certain places and there are some not so great out there. We always in company, good or bad. So it's our job to be aware of where we are and the need to protect ourselves. I visited that place in San Francisco, the prison, what's the name of it?
Oh, yeah, Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. I went there. Wow, it's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna visit. When I left, I didn't prep myself to be there. I was heavy and I felt weird. I felt sick. And that was like, how naive can you be? You go into a place with this heavy history, the energy there. So all your friends are gonna connect with you. If you're not protecting yourself and preparing to go there, you're going to absorb all that. You're going to be in their vibe. So shame on me that did not prep. I know better. But I went there and afterwards I said, well, now I'm not going to do that again. So I have to always remind myself, this place that I'm going, is this a place where I need to prep? Like when you go into nature, if you go for a hike in the middle of nowhere, you don't even need to prep. You just receive. You feel like, whew, I'm just recharging. But there are places that we go to. I'm not saying don't go. Nobody's here judging, don't go here or there. Go wherever you want to go. But remember to protect yourself. And again, cost benefit. Is it worth going here? Is it worth going there? And if I'm going here 1,000,000 times, should I go to these other places that recharge me? Should I go into nature? Should I go in the ocean and spend some time there to balance it out a little bit, to wash out some of this vibe? Just remember that. So those friends are always there too. Some of our friends we trust them with our lives. Other friends, we are acquaintances, and little by little we might or might not grow into becoming that person that we trust so much, and that is okay. We don't have to trust everybody in our lives at the same level. It grows organically or not, because we are in different paths. As long as we can accept that the other person is at a level that the best level that that person can be, and I can meet that person at that level, it is a good friendship. And friendships are full of ups and downs. Sometimes I'm in a good place, and my job is to rescue my friend. Sometimes I'm not in a good place, and it's time to be rescued. Let's be graceful and be willing to rescue, and also be graceful and be willing to be rescued. Because if you don't allow me to rescue you, I am not going to feel safe to be rescued by you. So this is the one thing that if we don't take anything tonight, friends, the ones that you've created that trust with, be willing to be rescued, so the person is going to feel safe when you are rescuing them. For a moment, for a day, for a year, for a lifetime, wherever we are. Are we good with that? Okay. Oh, that's right. Can a number of incarnated spirits during sleep meet together for a sample? Oh, been there, done that. Sometimes, yes, undoubtedly they can. The ties of friendship, old or new, often bring together spirits who are happy to be in each other's company. The vibe. When you have connection, we all know that when we go to sleep, we have a chance to disconnect from this body and go do good out there, right? So I've learned here from my friends, from my studies, from my teachers here, that when we go to bed, we will go somewhere to work, to do what we must. But let's remember to ask for protection. So, please protect me, so send me to the places where I can do whatever I must in a protected way. So when you come back, you don't feel like exhausted, that all your energy is used. Again, depending on what I was watching on TV before I went to bed, what I was doing throughout my day, the thoughts that were here, when I disconnect at night to go do whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to go to those places that are mostly aligned with what I did throughout my day. The thoughts, the actions, and the environments that I've been in throughout the day. So your friends that you're going to connect with are also related to that. So we have to remember, ask for protection. Please send me, my guardian angel, please send me to work wherever I'm needed in a protected way, so I can do my best, but be protected. So tomorrow I can do my best here in the incarnated world. So So let's just remember to ask for that protection. By the term old must be understood the ties of friendship contracted in anterior existence. We bring back with us or waking an intuition of ideas which we have derived from those occult meetings, but of the source of which we are ignorant. Those whispers that we get. People, I feel like somebody's telling me, or you see a face, you say, that face reminds me of somebody or of a friend. Or you see somebody say, it looks like I've met this person in my life before. Or the word somebody say connects with you. All those things, those little intuitive moments, they have to do with connections. Friendship is nothing but connections. And the human being is searching for connections all the time, because that's why we grow intuitively. Men are social beings and we're going to connect. Joana de Angelis has a sentence that summarizes it all. Friendship is the light on the path. So if friendship is the light on the path, who wants to walk in the dark? Hello, friends. No need to walk in the dark. If you're feeling like the world is pressing you down, you feel like you are crumbling down, you feel like you're tied to this corner, there is no light. First choice, pick up that phone. We use the phone all day for so many things. That phone can be your lifeline. Call that friend. Just reach out. We've talked about this here before a while back, something that I saw on social media, saying when you have a friend, you might have a code with that friend to say, I need your help right now. Rescue me. And this guy was talking about, I reached out to you and I needed you. Say, I never knew that you needed me. And he says, I remember I called you this day. Oh, we just said, let's hang out. Let's do something together. It didn't register anything that you needed my help. But it only takes 8 minutes for you to rescue somebody from a place that is really dark. So they created this code. When you need to be rescued, you just say, do you have 8 minutes? This is my friend needing me in a very special way. You can create whatever code that you want to have with your friend. But I thought this was super cool. Do you have 8 minutes? Why? Oh, remember that's, so she really needs me. He really needs me. I will make extra effort to be available to that friend because I know it's not a let's hang out. Because sometimes when you need that help, you might not be able to say with all the words. But if you already established this code, you will be more successful in clear is kind. Explain yourself in a clear way. And you're going to be kind to everybody who is listening to you. Clear is kind to you, to yourself, and to others. Do you have 8 minutes? Have 8 minutes? Have 8 minutes, Then we can help each other.
Sometimes just to listen, right?
And the 8 minutes just to listen. When the person, I have 8 minutes. Go ahead, let's talk. Those 8 minutes pass, or more than 8 minutes, but even if you don't even open your mouth, that person needed to bring it out. Maybe for that person to listen herself, what she was going through. And that might be enough. Just that somebody who is listening is sometimes all that person needs. Sometimes all that person needs is one hug. Don't say anything, just the hug therapy, right? 18 hugs a day keeps depression away. So just remember, if you're not getting your 18 hugs a day, go hug a tree. Figure it out. I work with children, so I can get as many as I want. When you work with children, you just keep on getting, When you work with adults, it's a little more challenging. But you can hug the same person 18 times too. That works too. Figure it out your math, how you're going to get your 18. Well, that's not cheating. That's feeding the limbic system the same way. So it's all there. So it's all good. We're going to make this more practical than not. We are going to visit a friend in meditation. And when we do so, we're going to recharge ourselves and we're going to recharge that friend. That's the meditation for tonight. The conversation was a little everywhere here, but let me just sum it up. We are never alone. We have friends with us all the time. The good, the bad, and the ugly depend on where we choose to be and how we contribute to the connection by our thoughts, by our actions, by our vibe and the things that we believe in and we reinforce in our ways of thinking. The human being is a social being. We are only going to grow into better people by connecting, learning and falling and standing up again. Sometimes we learn, sometimes we have to try again. We are always going to, like Peter always says, falling forward. What was it again?
His memory.
No, when you say fail is
Failing.
first attempt
First attempt in learning.
in learning. Fail. When you fail, it's your first attempt in learning. So there is always a learning curve. You might not succeed that first try.
Most Planet Fitness clubs are open
So
24 hours, so you can work out.
Connections are a chance to learn, to fail and grow, or to learn for the first time. The more, it's not how many friends we have on Facebook, it's how many meaningful connections we have and how many of them we trust. When we are clear about which are the ones we go to certain things, I have my funny friends. When I'm feeling down, I need to laugh, I go to them. These are my funny, laughable with friends. I have my intellectual friends. When I need a problem that I need to solve, I go to those. I have more relaxing friends. So you kind of have those people who fit the bill at different times. So let's remember that. And sometimes we have that one amazing friend that fits all the bills. You're like, you are my favorite. You are so good because you help me with so many of my needs. And you are usually that person, for that other person too. So let's cherish friendship.
Okay, we can dim the lights, if you guys can.
So this is going to be the fun part of it. If you haven't seen your friends, some people are here with friends, I know. And if you haven't seen some of your friends, you can just connect with them tonight. And it's going to be your gift to them. And I can assure you, they will be giving the gift right back to you. Huh? Oh, absolutely. From everywhere. Oh, absolutely. The sky is not even the limit. Take a deep breath and find yourself right here. Right here. Grateful we are for our chance to be here tonight in this special place that has been prepared for us, where the vibration is high, where the spirits that are helpful to us, the superior spirits, come to be with us. I have this friend that is so dear to me. That one person that was in my life at this crucial point. I needed a friend, and that person was there for me. I choose to go back there, to that very moment. It might be painful to go back there. But this person was there for me, and I choose to revisit that moment. The color of friendship is yellow, so we are going to find ourselves in sunshine, with soft, warm rays of sunshine covering us both. Our faces turned slightly up, soaking up the sun, re-energizing both of us. I remember what I was going through. Maybe that 3 a.m. phone call. Or that difficulty getting out of bed. Or a physical limitation. My friend looked at me. Those eyes told me, you can trust me. I am here for you. The shoulders were soft. Telling me I am not in a hurry. I have time for you. Leaning over towards me, I understand. I am listening to you. I am interested in what you have to say. Those arms softly around my body. The embrace telling me, I've got you. I will keep you steady. the soft voice whispering in my ears, all is well. All is well. I take a deep breath and find that moment alive in my heart. The memory of my friend being fully there for me when I mostly needed it. It softened my shoulders, eased up my breathing, slowed down the tears, spread all my thoughts. I felt safe. How many people have friends like that? I am so grateful for you, my friend. I might not have had a chance to say this to you, but tonight is my chance to do so. Wherever you are right now, sitting next to me, a few minutes away from me, a continent away from me, or a lifetime away from me. I have you in my heart. And I will tell you that I am forever thankful for what you've done for me. How your words, your listening, your embrace, your thoughts brought me hope and gave me a chance to keep on going. It brought me to this moment. I am a better person because you are my friend. The memories of our friendship are forever in my heart. And whenever life gets hard, I can get back right to it your soft words, your smile, your embrace, and the feeling of being safe. I choose to pay it forward. When others around me need a friend, I will follow your path. I will listen. I will offer my hands. I will offer a safe space. I will offer trust. Thank you, my friend, for teaching me how to connect, how to become a better person. I hug my friend. He looks at me at arm's length. A beautiful smile. I will see you soon. He goes his way, but I still feel his presence. Because my friend, the memory of our connection is part of me. A friend is the light on the path. I choose to walk with light. All is well. All is well.